Hello, welcome to week 9 of the citizenship class at Lutheran Community Services. Today we will talk about the President. Before we talk about the President, let's review the 3 branches of the U.S. government. Please take a moment to think about the 3 branches of government. What are they? We have the United States Congress, that is made up of the House of Representatives and the Senate. We have the courts, which is the Supreme Court, and we have the President, the executive branch. Today we'll focus on the executive branch, or the President. The executive branch. Who is in charge of the executive branch? Well, of course, it's the President. And the President of the United States right now is Joe Biden. Biden is the President. He is the leader of the executive branch. How long does the President serve? That means how many years does he work before he needs to run for re-election? He must work for 4 years. He serves for 4 years before he needs to run for office again. Who is in charge of the executive branch? The President. We elect a president for how many years? 4 years. Remember, we have the Republican and the Democratic political party. Which political party is President Biden? Here's a hint. It's the donkey. He's a member of the Democratic Party. What is the political party of the President now? Democratic. Where does the President work? He works in the White House. Where is the White House? It's in Washington, D.C., on the East Coast, near the Atlantic Ocean. Here's a picture of the White House, where the President lives and works. He has a special office called the Oval Office. Here is a picture. It's pretty cool, huh? So being the President is a big job. If the President can no longer serve, which means the President is sick or the President dies, who becomes President? The Vice President. And who is the Vice President right now? Her name is Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris. She is the first woman Vice President and the first Asian American to hold such a high office. So if the President can no longer serve, who becomes President? The Vice President. What is the name of the Vice President of the United States now? Kamala Harris. If both the President and the Vice President can no longer serve, who becomes President? So the President is number 1 and the Vice President is number 2. If both of these people can no longer serve, so they are sick or they died, who becomes President? That's right, it's the Speaker of the House. What is the name of the Speaker of the House of Representatives now? This is Kevin McCarthy. 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 Remember, there are 435 voting members in the House of Representatives. That is a lot of people. So, the Speaker of the House is the person that speaks for everyone in the House of Representatives. If both the President and the Vice President can no longer serve, who becomes President? The Speaker of the House. So remember, the President is number 1. He is in charge of the executive branch. Number 2 is the Vice President. And number 3 is the Speaker of the House. The President has a lot of jobs, but what are the President's powers and responsibilities? He has 3 main powers and responsibilities. The first one is to veto bills and sends them back to Congress. Veto means no. So Congress can send the President a bill and say, please read this and sign this. And the President can say, no, I don't like this bill. I veto it. Means I say no. The President is also the Commander-in-Chief of the U.S. military. That means he is in charge of the country and the military if the United States goes to war or needs to fight. He is in charge of the military and he can send soldiers to fight in other countries. The last power and responsibility the President has is to sign bills to become laws. So Congress can send him a bill, he reads it and says, yes, I like this, and he can sign it and it becomes a law. So remember, the President can veto bills, can say no. He is the Commander-in-Chief of the military, and he can sign bills to become laws. Who signs bills to become laws? The President, of course. Who is the Commander-in-Chief of the U.S. military? The President. Who vetoes bills? The President. The President cannot do his job alone. He has help. So who advises the President? Who gives the President, who helps the President? These people are called the Cabinet. Cabinet. So all the people you see here, including Kamala Harris, are part of the President's Cabinet. They help him do his job. The people in the Cabinet are called secretaries. Secretaries. There are 15 of them. Here are some examples. You need to remember 2 for your citizenship test. We have the Secretary of Education, Secretary of Labor, Secretary of Energy, Secretary of State, Secretary of Agriculture, Secretary of Transportation, and Secretary of Housing. Also in the President's Cabinet, we have the Attorney General. That is the lawyer for the President in the country. And then there is the Vice President. She is also part of the President's Cabinet. So please decide which two people from the Cabinet will you remember for your civics test. What are two cabinet level positions? It can be any two, but here are some possibilities. You can say the vice president or the secretary of any of these departments. Agriculture, defense, education, energy, labor, state, treasury, transportation, etc. So please remember two people in the President's Cabinet. You only need to remember two. What does the President's Cabinet do? They advise the President, so they give advice. They are specialists in their areas, and they tell the President what to do if he has a question about something. How does the President get the job? He is elected by the people. We vote for the President. In Oregon, we vote by mail. Here are some numbers to remember. How old do citizens have to be to vote for president? 18 years or older. We elect a president for how many years? For 4 years, or a 2-term max. So President Obama was elected 2 times, so he served for 8 years total. President Trump was elected 1 time. He served 4 years. What month do we vote for president? In November. And the question 27, in what month do we vote for president? In November. Great job! Please make sure to do your flashcards for this week's lesson. Have a good day. Bye-bye.